Hey everybody, what's up? Tron12 for another video, and today's video is actually going to be on a behind-the-scenes video on, you guessed it, my Toby music video. And this is basically, I did a poll on Twitter before the making of this video, asking if you guys wanted to see a behind-the-scenes video, which is something I'm going to do for a while. But I never was really sure if anyone really wanted to see it, so I decided just to put a poll, and 69 of you guys said yes, while the 31 remaining of you said no. Oh yeah, before I forget, Riotron 12 was filmed in front of a live studio audience, and here we have Stephanie.
Hi.
Oh yeah, and then there's Oliver, the TWR 11 on Skype. So yeah, that's besides the point.
Yeah, no one knows who I am, so it doesn't matter.
Screw off, noob. But that's besides the point. So basically, this behind the scenes is going to be showing my techniques, how I film, and basically how I edit and do other things for my videos. So that's it. Let's get started. So here we actually do have the set of Riotron 12 Studios, and it's a rather big set. I don't really have anything to compare with, so here's the set compared to my hand. It's pretty big, but then again, I have small hands, so that's not really saying much. But this set is not the cleanest. I mean, there's just a bunch of engines and rolling stock laying around, just my tripod, my 3 desktop lamps, and much stuff, my phone. And this is being recorded on an old iPhone Generation 4, and this used to belong to my mom, and she just had it lying around. I just kind of borrowed it, so that's that. So yeah, that's basically the set. So here we have actually the camera I'm using for my videos. It's called a Bell plus Howell. It's a you could probably read it. It's a DV2300 HDZ. I can't really read it too well right there because I'm looking through the camera. And yeah, and this one shot right here is going to be about Toby coming in, and the camera's going to be panning to him. It's going to first start off like this shot, and then it's going to slowly pan over to the front of him. So yeah, and I actually had these Lego tracks here because I thought of this idea earlier today, being like, hey, I mainly used to use just the plain table, which was very rough and didn't look good. Then I started using track, which was very uneven. So I got the idea today of, hey, why don't I just use Lego track as my moving tripod, which I tested it out before making this video. It works great, and personally, if you guys can get some, I highly recommend it. Now, I'm going to say this right now, I am a Lego buff, so I recommend getting the RC track, not the 9-volt. For those who don't know, Lego made 9-volt trains, and it was metal right here where my finger is, on both sides, because of electrical powers. And so basically, I recommend getting these kinds where it's like, you don't see silver on top, just plain gray. I highly recommend getting that instead, because it'll probably make it much smoother. You don't have to hear grinding metal across the camera. So, yeah, with that said, we're going to get on to filming. So, as you can see here, before even setting up for filming, or even shooting, I'm actually dressing up this a little bit with some ballast right here, which I think looks great alongside. I actually bought all this, like, little rocks. It was actually fish tank pebbles that I bought at Walmart. It was like a giant bag for like $3. I'll probably never even use that much ballast in a video, but, you know, for $3, what do I want? And these foliage in the background, all this grass, this was all found at the craft store. That was meant for, like, a vase. They were, like, for decorations for the house, like, for, like, little plants and such. Which, the reason I bring this up is because you can basically find scenery anywhere. You don't need to go out and buy, like, model railroad, you know, like ballast. You don't need to go out and buy, like expensive Bachman, like, foliage, or Hornby foliage, or Pico, whatever you prefer. You can just really go out and find them at your local store. Now, granted, it's not the best, but personally, I think they look a lot better considering Bachman and Hornby, although I do like their companies, even though I never buy anything from them, I can see their quality. Their stuff just looks a bit, like, too put together, like, a little too well. While this stuff is, like, very loose and very realistic and very colorful and much more diverse, I would like to say, because all of them are unique. They're not, like, just made in a factory and just call it a day. They're just all very unique, and I personally recommend, if you can, definitely go out to local stores, see what you can find, and then pick them up, and just see what you can do with them. You have to start from where you started, because when I started off in my videos, I had no scenery. All I had was basically trains and track, and that's all I had. So I'll say this now, if you guys have the money, definitely use it instead of buying more trains like what I did at the beginning of my year. Use it to get more scenery like what I am doing for Season 2. So that's that, and with that said, the set is just about done. Another thing I recommend doing for filming is actually, first of all, if you can, always have your camera plugged in, if your camera allows you, which mine does, thankfully, is to always have it plugged in when you're filming, so that way you'll always have a full charge, and you never have to stop filming for a set amount of hours, set amount of minutes, to get it to a full charge. And yeah, that's something I definitely recommend doing, is to always try your best to keep your camera plugged in while filming. And another thing I recommend is for panning shots, actually. Now, often panning shots, the train's moving and so is your camera, and you're basically following the train. Well, what I recommend doing is that if you can, and if you even own one of these, use your battery power and just put it on the back of the train if you want. If you're not gonna see the back of the train, or at the front if you're gonna see the whole train, and basically turn it on and basically start filming with it. So that way you don't have to double task. You can just control the camera, and it's just really great in my opinion. I actually found out this method. I want to say around season 3, not season 3, around episode 3 or episode 4 of my series. So that's definitely something helpful, which I recommend. So yeah, let's get on to the filming. Alright, so I just finished a scene where Toby was passing by one of his brothers and transitioned to modern day, where basically his brother's gone and, well, abandoned line, as you can see here. I really like doing these shots. Sometimes it just fades from the past to the present. I really love doing these kind of shots, and really one thing I love about music videos is that there really is no selected scene, as I like to believe, and you're basically allowed to exercise your photography, and you're basically allowed to do what you want, how you want it, and that's something I really enjoy about music videos. So with that said, moving on to the next scene. Okay, so here's a really quick build that I did for the video. It's actually Toby's bell for like the little ding when he's in the music video, and I also made the inside of Henrietta for this one scene, which you guys have probably know what it is. It's the part where they say, but nobody rides in them nowadays, so that's good. And I really want to show you guys these really quickly because they're just going to be in the video for about a few seconds, so yeah. Alright, well guys, it's been a few hours, I want to say 3, 4, 5 hours since I last recorded, and I think I'm wrapping up production for day 1 for Toby, considering kind of tired and I gotta take a shower, and not to mention, California heat is a main problem, because not only is it California heat, and it's burning hot, I'm in a closed off room with no air conditioning, surrounded by lights. that I have to lean over and go in front of in order to film. So that kind of helps a lot and demotivates me, and drinking does not help a lot. Drinking water or anything like that does not help a lot. So I think I'm wrapping up production for day 1. So yeah, I'll see you guys in day 2.